Next up, at UFC 309, we got Mickey Gall taking on Ramiz Brahimaj. Mickey Gall, 7-6 in his MMA career. 1-4 in his last 5. He is looking for his first win in over 3 years. He's taking on Ramiz Brahimaj, 10-5 in his career. 2-3 in his last 5. He is alternating wins and losses. We'll talk about Mickey Gall. You guys were using him as a barometer of success for the Basel breakdown. Mickey Gall is better than people are going to give him credit for. Yeah, the record's not spectacular, but that's because he started his career in the UFC. They brought him in at the beginning of his career before he had any time. He brought him in 2016 before he had any time to fine-tune his skills on the regional scene. He was in the UFC. He fought CM Punk, beat him. He fought Sage Northcutt. If you're new to the UFC and watching this sport, Sage Northcutt was a legitimate prospect that was doing quite well. And so when Mickey Gall had those 2 big wins in a row, the UFC was like, oh shit, this guy might be really good. And then they rushed him. And then he lost a bunch of fights. I mean, he fought Mike Perry when Mike Perry was a dangerous striker very early in his career. Mickey Gall is a very good wrestler, very good grappler. Striking is improving. It's not amazing. But he's a well-rounded guy. He's got all those skills. The grappling and the wrestling is really where he shines. Overall, he's tough as hell. He's taking on Ramiz Brahimaj. Ramiz Brahimaj is an accomplished grappler. I've heard everything from world champion to, multi-division black belt champion. But he's a very good grappler. He doesn't use his grappling as much as he should. And even though he is an accomplished grappler, he doesn't really get fights to the ground. He can grapple well off his back. He can grapple well on top. When he strikes, he's got some good power in his hands, but his striking isn't amazing, and that's not really how he's going to win any fights. He's got 10 wins, all 10 are by submission. He is absolutely 100% submission or bust, and he's coming off that loss to Temba Garimbo, where he couldn't defend the takedowns, and on his back, he couldn't really make anything happen. Mickey Gall should win this fight. He should win this fight. I almost bet on it. I decided not to because, the record is not... He is 1-4 in his last 5. He hasn't won in 3 years. He's on this card because I believe he's a Jersey guy. He might be Pennsylvania, but that's why he's on this card.
Amish.
Well, not all Pennsylvania is Amish, but a good chunk. You know what's so funny? Real quick pivot. So when my wife moved, I met my wife in Connecticut. She's a Texan, and I met her in Connecticut. She drove from Texas to Connecticut.
Settle in, guys.
It'll be quick. She drove from Texas to Connecticut. I never met her before, and she called me. Because, we have a mutual friend in Dallas, and he was like, hey, if you're going to Connecticut for work, here's my buddy's number. Yeah, here's my buddy's number. Worst case scenario, you just know a human being. So anyway, we were talking on the phone, and she was like, I just saw an Amish guy driving a car. I was like, what? She's like, I saw an Amish guy driving a car. I was like, what? No, you didn't. They can't drive. She's like, I just swear to God, it was a Hasidic Jew. It's like, they're not Amish. They look, I get it. They look Amish, but the car was the dead giveaway. That was not an Amish person. Which is funny because being from the Northeast, you see everything. Not being from the Northeast, you kind of get exposed to things later in life. I think Mickey Gall wins this fight.
Did you watch Zoom as a kid?
Zoom?
Yeah.
I don't think so. What's Zoom?
Well, then I don't want to hear about Cultured.
I tried to find Carmen Sandiego all over the world. Saw all those places.
What about Gullah Island?
Sounds familiar, but no.
In, let's play together in the
yes.
sunny weather.
Yeah.
Let's all go to Gullah Island. Binya, Gullah.
All right. Anyway, I think Mickey wins this fight. He's a very good grappler. I don't see him getting subbed here, and he can control the takedowns. He could probably have success striking. Ramiz does hit hard. Mickey has been knocked out. Mickey's going to be the pick, though, but scared money don't make money. I will not be making money on this fight. Your turn. Yes, that was supposed to be a smooth transition, but
I know, but usually you say,
sat there looking at it.
Usually it's always like Jakey.
Yeah, but now I'm wearing my cool kid clothes, so it's supposed to be a cool transition, and you blew it.
Maybe do like a spin in the chair and then point. Practice that real quick. Kick the thing back, spin in the chair and then point. Let's do it back.
And I don't see Mickey Gall getting submitted. I think he can control the grappling on his side. Was it not great? Was that not great? I don't know what it looked like, but it felt smooth. I'm going to be honest with you. Was it not? Was it not smooth? Who do you think wins this fight, Jacob?
It was perfect, Angelo.
Thank you so much. You did this with the dog.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what people see in Ramiz Brahimaj, to be honest with you. Obviously, he's supposed to be this high-level wrestler, high-level grappler more than a wrestler probably. All these submission wins. He was supposed to come in off a layoff against a wrestler, kind of a sloppy wrestler in Tema Grimbo, and I honestly thought that he was going to have some success in that fight. Then he comes in, and Grimbo's just kind of laying on his hips. He has him pinned against the fence, and the guy just looked uninterested. You're coming 2 years off. You're finally back in the UFC. You're trying to prove a point here against an opponent who's going to probably bring the fight to the ground, which is where you want to be. Let's hit some sweeps. Let's try to do something. And he looked fucking uninterested. I've never seen Mickey Gall look uninterested in a fight. Like, he doesn't always win the fights. He might get knocked out. He might have this happen, right? But he's always in the fights. He's always trying, right? And you saw that against the Basil fight. I mean, he was lighting Basil up. He got a takedown. He was defending the takedowns. I think Mickey Gall is going to have kind of I don't want to say a resurgence in his career. Like, I think he's going to make a fucking title run. But I think there's a lot of people in this division that Mickey Gall can beat. And I think it starts with Ramiz. I like him. I bet him. Not quite straight up because, as you mentioned, it is kind of, a lot of Mickey Gall flashbacks. I mean, there's 6 of them. So, but I like Mickey Gall.
There we go. I mean, I think he should win. I just was like, I can't bet on this, man. If I'm like, what am I doing? So I didn't pull the trigger. But I do think he wins because Ramiz has to submit him to win. And Mickey's a very good grappler, like a very good grappler. So I just don't see him getting subbed. It's pretty straightforward. If you do want to check out all the picks, the bets, the round line leans, you want to find out what the optimizer thinks you should do with this DraftKings situation, you can do so now. It's $10 for an entire month. You're going to get all the way out to December, having to look, December 12th for just $10. WeWantPicks.com, click become a member at the top.
How's my beard looking?
It looks better than that thing you had going on a couple weeks ago. Whatever the hell that was. A few weeks ago, you had the Asian, just the mustache and this piece.
You're damn right I did. I can sport a few. I can sport
isn't that called a Fu Manchu?
Say that again?
What's a Fu Manchu? Isn't that a Fu Manchu?
Fu Manchu?
That's what it's called. No, I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. That's what it's called.
Fu Manchu.
No, I'm not wrong. Fu Man. Yeah, hell yeah. I'm not wrong. Yeah, it's exactly. Oh, no. Fu Manchu is this. Just this. You had this and
Fu
this.
Manchu.
No, it's not. It's shoe.
Chew.
SHOE.
It's chew.
Best. Oh, Manchu is one word. MANCHU. Oh, well. Whatever.
Culture. You got 5 minutes ago. You're like, I'm so cultured. I lived in New York City, bro.